All right, let's hit it.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to 44 Stack. My name is Coop Charles. Along with me, I got Antonio Brother on long, and joining us shortly should be West Coast Dave. We're gonna go ahead and get the show going tonight. Got a lot to cover in a short amount of time. So, Brother Long, always as I start off, how you feeling, man?
I'm doing good, bro. Shout out to you and the missus. Happy anniversary.
I
You
appreciate you.
know,
Appreciate you.
for those of you all that follow us, the ladies that are in our lives, they already know how ridiculous we can be. So anytime we get an opportunity to celebrate them, we do. A great appreciation for allowing you to come out and play with me every week. That's a blessing unto itself. But she knows it's
So,
all love, and next time y'all home, you want some pork chop, just let me know. You know what I'm saying?
as long as I got the barbecue sauce, I'm there.
You know what the sauce do, bro. You know what the sauce
Hey,
do.
I'm with it. I'm with it.
I
I'm with
know.
all of it.
I know it's always been great. All
For sure. For sure. For sure.
right.
Appreciate the love, bro. Appreciate the
No,
love.
no, no problem, man. Appreciate you, bro, all the time. You have always been that stand up type of person.
Oh, most definitely, most definitely. All I got is my name, man. Uh,
Well, that name is a good name. It's a good name. I can't. Old Charles. I know a few Charleses. They pretty good people. They good people.
oh, we appreciate it.
Yeah,
Appreciate
yeah.
it.
Well, as
All
Dave is
right.
getting ready to come on, we'll go ahead and get into this. Uh,
All
let's
right.
start. West Coast. What's up, brother?
What's up, man?
You a little
Work,
West
blurry
work.
there.
Coast in the building.
Yeah, work is trying to kick my tail right now. Give me 1 second.
All right.
All right.
Okay, now we good.
Oh man, look at that. He went
Yeah, I
the
know,
shirt
right?
tail. He went the shirt tail, bro.
Hey,
Hey,
gotta do
man.
country. You know they might take me in here, but still country as hell now.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with
That's
it.
it.
Ain't nothing
Hey,
wrong with it.
that's the
Hey,
that's the original white man. Hey, get the shirt, man. Cleans everything
it's
There
still
it
South
is.
Carolina. You know how it is. It's still South
all
Carolina.
day. That's
All
it.
right, go ahead and jump into this.
Oh,
Kelsey,
before we
y'all was
start,
off.
can we say one thing?
Go
Happy
ahead.
anniversary, my man.
I appreciate you.
Hey,
Appreciate it,
deuce
man.
deuces. Hey, you throwing up the deuces now, man.
For sure. For sure.
Yep.
I mean, to
That was
save a
it.
life,
Want to get
man.
that out the way. Hey, when you
Well,
get
I
for
appreciate it.
y'all brothers that been in it longer than me, y'all been on one. I've been on. I'm on my second go round. So blessings to y'all. Blessings to y'all.
well, see, you are now 7 and 8,
10. I'm at
10.
10.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
I
about to
didn't
say
hit.
at
Okay.
least
All
I
right.
didn't
8.
hit double digits now, so I'm good. I'm hanging in
I'm
there. I
at
reckon she
20.
go. Reckon she go stay. So you
What am
know,
I at? 26?
yeah, you somewhere up
Oh, man.
there. More
Man, that's
longer
a
than
blessing,
that.
man.
27? Somewhere like
You know,
that. Yeah.
it really 33, but we ain't gonna
It
get into that
is
tonight.
really 30 something. Yep.
We ain't gonna
Yeah.
get into that
We
tonight
ain't
because
going to get
that'll
into
take us
that.
down
Yep.
a path we can't come back from.
Yeah.
Because
We,
it's
we
gonna
got to
get
revisit that
funny
though at
and
some
it's
point.
gonna get stupid.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that is a story unto itself.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
All right, but we're gonna talk a little football tonight. Um, Kelsey, y'all was off last week, which is probably a good thing, but y'all still made headlines as y'all always do. I don't know
Always.
how y'all
Always.
do it, but y'all made headlines. But realistically though, looking at y'all coming up, y'all got a big game against the 49ers this week. And really it's one of those situations where is y'all gonna
We have to
prove it
win.
or y'all gonna be out of it?
Well, we have to win, but I'm probably going to say we'll probably do something to stink the place up. I mean, because that's a depleted San Francisco 49ers team, but somehow we'll make them look like a playoff caliber team and probably lose that game.
Well, I did watch the 49ers and the Chiefs last week, and I got two observations. The 49ers are done. That's my number one observation from
Hmm.
that. They done. They Purdy is not. They're gonna have to look for a quarterback. I don't think Christian's coming back this year. When you go to
Ayuk is out for
Germany,
the
you
year.
know that's a problem. Okay, let's just be real about that. So that's number one. And then I ain't understanding what's going on. How is your whole wide receiver core injured? I've never
And
seen that.
Ayuk has been out. He's now out for the year.
Well,
Yeah,
he
he
out for
out.
the
He's
year, but the
done.
thing about IU, when everything was going on in the summer, that was my main thing. I didn't think He was the difference maker that everybody made him out to be. And I didn't want the Steelers to get him because I didn't want that to be hanging over us because there wasn't no need to pay that kind of money for somebody that I feel like is because of the system, not because of the talent.
Talent. Mm-hmm.
If you look at Justin Jefferson still, whether he got Kirk Cousins or not, Justin Jefferson still doing what he need to do. That's why I say
Right.
it's talent. That man got 35 million. That was 35 that should have went. CD Lamb, I feel like would probably do that with anybody. He ain't doing it this year because you can triple team him because Cowboys ain't got nothing else to play
No,
off.
we don't have a run. We don't have a run game. Nothing. And a run establishes everything. We don't have it.
The other part that I saw out of that 49er game is Travis Kelce is done.
Didn't they get B-Hop today?
They got B-Hop today.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
And automatically that's a upgrade of significant proportion because a lot of people going to say, well, he don't have the speed to open up everything. He don't need it.
Still got the hand.
If you throw it to him, he go catch it.
Yeah.
You know, so that automatically puts the Chiefs, which I never downgraded them. And some people, there's a lot of love going around because of Monday night's game, and we'll talk about that too. The Ravens are getting a lot of love, but
nope, that shouldn't have been a love. We'll talk about it.
The Ravens are not where you think they are. They are not who you think they are. Okay,
let's talk about this before you get there.
Okay? It's fool's
let's stay on this Chiefs game for a second.
Go ahead.
Two things. The Mahomes juke and the Mahomes truck.
Boy, that truck was nice.
The truck was nice. The truck
was nice.
The truck was that was running back-esque, okay?
Yes, it was.
Because if you can talk much trash as you want about Patrick Mahomes, but after Sunday, you can't talk no more. Because one thing about it, he laid that boy out and then looked at him.
Looked at him. And like my son said, the regular season is everybody else's Super Bowl.
Exactly.
Kansas City is just trying to get in the form so they can make the run. And that puts it perfectly to me. They are undefeated. And this don't really matter for them. You know, their thing starts in whatever it is, middle of January. You know, they make that run. Yeah. That's crazy.
Well, the biggest thing I say about the Chiefs right now is their defense is outstanding.
Yes.
Them two corners that they got, them boys is shutting down everything. And if they gonna play defense like that, you don't need Mahomes to put up 35 points because you already scared to death because you don't want him to get loose. And you're looking at getting B-Hop. Eventually, I think Pacheco should be back before Thanksgiving. You're gonna have if Worthy stays healthy, and I hope he do because I need him to catch some more passes because we need to see his mom as much as possible. But other than that, I'd rather see his mom than seeing Tay-Tay. So I would have much better enjoyment of watching the game because one of the things, like I said, Travis Kelce is done. I don't know who replaced him. I don't think because he's 34 years old, but he is playing terrible.
It was just a drop off. I mean, not a steep decline. It was a drop. He dropped all the way off.
He dropped off the face of the earth, and it's like if you notice, and Sunday was a good opportunity. The other tight end was getting a lot more run Sunday. I can't remember what his name is. I think it's Gray. I think. He's getting a lot more run
2 weeks ago.
and it wouldn't surprise me before trade deadline if they don't go get another tight end from somewhere.
Well, they have 5 of them. I mean, the dude trotted out 5 tight ends in that game.
Well,
them services. Well, the one dude looked okay. I don't know his name either. And what about all them other 3 that you had?
Well, but see, the thing is, you're at a point right now where you don't even have to worry about Travis Kelce because he's not a factor. Yeah. He's not a factor at all. And the thing is this here, if you're going to play man against the Chiefs now, I think Pat showed, okay, I'm going to run. And I mean, if you let him go, the boy is an athlete. You can't take that from him in the first place.
No.
You putting your own self in peril because eventually you know the passing game is going to get better. You know,
yeah.
If they still had, now you got D Hop, but if they still had Rice, that if he was healthy, they would really be a problem, because if you could add D Hop, you could pretty much go 3 wide receivers, get rid of Travis Kelce, and they'll be back to being like they were 3-4 years ago, where you can't stop everybody.
Yeah,
that's true.
I'm just waiting to see. I think Kelce has a decline. I'm with you on that, but I'm waiting to see the playoff run before I X him off and count him out. Now, he probably won't do anything, but I just want to see this playoff run to see if they are trying to work other. See, like last year, I watched, and I know I say this a lot. Watch Nick Saban coach a team during the season, taking people out, putting people in. I mean, seriously. And I wonder, because Kansas City has Mahomes, and really they are that good right now, especially defensively, like Tony said. They are really more identity-wise defensive than they are offensive this year. And so what I want to see is give Kelce a break, right, during the regular season. We can do whatever the hell we want during the regular season, because this don't matter to us. We know we're going to win at least 10 games to get to the playoffs, right, 10 or 11. And so that's what I want to see, is like saving him for the next thing. But I don't know until that starts, so that's a future thing.
Well, the thing is this here. If they get through October and they 8-0, okay, you pretty much mark them down for the 1 seed, because nobody's going to catch them. The West
How much longer do you think the starters will play through November? Like,
they'll play
my question to you is, do you think the starters will see much time, because they're so far ahead?
Through November?
Thanksgiving?
They'll play through November. He probably won't peel them back until the week before Christmas. I wouldn't. Just because you already pretty much, with the Cardinals beating San Diego Monday night, not San Diego, Los Angeles. I have to remember that.
Los Angeles Chargers,
Los Angeles Monday night, that puts them, I want to say, 3 games ahead in the West. So they already they hadn't played. They just like us. They hadn't played any. I think they've only played 1 division game.
Yeah.
So I mean, you pretty much got that under control. So November and December is going to be all your division games. If they get through October and they 8-0, you pretty much mark them down for the number 1 seed. The Ravens, as much love as people was giving them, the Ravens still got a ways to go.
Everybody, Mike Evans, his usual drop a game, and he dropped the damn touchdown. I know he was hurt, but you caught the ball, fumbled off your hand.
He caught the ball.
And then he fumbled it off. And Mike Evans has, every game he has a drop that you're like, man, what are you doing? And this, I'm like, man, if you just pull this in, then take your hamstring. No, I'm just kidding. No, no, but just that pulling, because it would have put a 2.5 score almost lead on the game. And after that, it just started going. But Baltimore does what they always do. And this is where I'm agreeing with you, T. The comeback. Because we should have been shit out that game, right? Excuse my language.
Right.
But really, Baltimore does what they let people do this year. Because if that game had been 5 or 10 minutes more, it might have been like a walk down type of thing. And Bowles, he do it, then he stopped. He figured out what to do, and there was 3 possessions where the hand was right there. Blitz the A and B gaps, and it throws them totally off, man.
The first two drives of the game, he blitzed, and Lamar Jackson got killed both times.
Yes.
And it was like, okay.
And that one when he barely made it out,
they
had his hand before he's out for the season now. But right there.
But the thing that tripped me out is, okay, everybody knows, because when the Dolphins played and when Brian Flores was their defensive coordinator, if you do a gap blitzes on Lamar, it's like he cannot pick that up. I don't know why he don't pick that up, because those are the 2 that is in front of you, and you're not seeing it. And I blame Monday night's loss on Todd Bowles, because he stopped blitzing. When he stopped blitzing, that's when the game changed. And I'm like, okay, if you ain't gonna blitz, then what is the purpose? Because you let Rashad Bateman beat you, which shouldn't happen. Yeah, you can let Derrick Henry get what he gonna get. You can let Lamar run all day. But the thing is this here, you cannot let him throw the football. They lost Zay Flowers early in the game, and you still got blowed out.
And
now, I will say,
when the
Tampa's
thing that he seemed like, oh, go ahead, my bad.
Tampa's other problem is this here though. Baker Mayfield had a Baker Mayfield game, and they could not sustain that. And this is the thing we've seen with Baker Mayfield. He has these runs where he looks great. He plays great football. The first half of the first quarter looked outstanding. Okay. When they went down there and they kicked that field goal, I knew they in trouble because of the fact he started being reckless with the football. That is his biggest problem. And that has been his problem when he was in college. That is his problem in Cleveland. That is his problem now. He gets reckless with the football because he think he can make every throw. Bruh, you cannot make every throw. You are not, you're not that little boy in Kansas City. Okay.
See, for me, is when Mike Evans dropped that ball and had to kick the field goal.
But even before that, though, he made a bad read.
Oh, yeah.
Before that. And I'm like, what are you doing? Yeah. I'm like, what are you doing?
Now, and also, in the division, next Sunday's game is the division anyway. That's it. Whoever wins next Sunday game wins the division from there. That's what it's going to be.
But I'm disappointed in the Falcons because it was there for y'all last Sunday. All y'all had to do was beat the Seahawks. And y'all could have been in control of the South for the rest of the year. But you had a Falcon game. You had a Kirk Cousins game. You had a
Kirk Cousins game. Yeah.
And it messed you up. And because really,
Mike McDonald is not going to let you. Mike McDonald is not going to let you stand back and throw like folks have been letting Kirk Cousins, and he was front, and he can't move.
Nope, cannot.
I don't know why every team doesn't do this. The dude can't. His knees are still not ready yet.
Well, you got that, and then like I say, what kills me about the Falcons is you got too many weapons where you just get stuck throwing the football. Run Bijan Robinson, run Algiers. I mean, come on, bro. That's all you got to do. Run them, even if they ain't getting nothing initially. Just continue to run the football because what you doing by having Kirk stand back there, throw the football 35, 40 times, you putting yourself in danger at that point. And you can't. No quarterback is equipped to throw the ball 40, 50 times. Okay, no quarterback. I don't care. Even Marino in them, it wasn't that great. You throw the ball that many times, something gonna happen.
Period. Well, that's why he was 8-8. I mean, Dan Marino's at 8-8 quarterback. I mean, he's great. I mean, up there in the top echelon, but he's really an 8-8 quarterback, and that's the reason why. Throwing the ball 30 to 40 times, them never giving him a run game. And there you go.
Well, you look at it. As much as Andy Reid loves to throw the football,
but he'll run.
Andy Reid offense is built on run the football. That has always been his thing, run the football. What's hurting him right now is Hunt is not the greatest running back in the world. He wasn't. That's why they got rid of him in the first go round. So they're gonna have to find a running back to take that spot to kind of get some yards. But you know you can find a running back here and there if you're smart. Except for Jared Jones, you can find a running back. Had to throw that one in there, Coop.
I'm catching all kind of strays, man.
Well, I mean, it's y'all, man. Y'all supposed to been riding high after y'all beat us, man. Then y'all come out there and stick up the joint next week, man. Come on.
That was our Super Bowl.
But the thing is this here, y'all coming into a stretch of the season where, okay, you got lucky. Washington, Jaden Daniels is hurt. Could he be hurt for a long period of time? We don't know because we don't even know what the injury is. But you let Marcus Mariota come into that game. Marcus Mariota played great. So that pretty much lets me know that Washington is not going to have a fall off.
You know that throw he made, Mariota, that one where he rolled out? That might be the best throw I've seen him make in 5 years. That one where he rolled to and you know, when on the rollout, because with the velocity and the accuracy of the ball, because Mariota was run out just because he does this for 2 games and then he turns back into Marcus Mariota. But that throw was so NFL throw, which you like, dude, this is why you were the number 2 pick in the draft.
Right.
Well, one or two, whatever. And you don't do that all the time.
Well, and see, this is the thing. It's hard to say if the Eagles are good because they played the Giants last week. Okay, anybody that plays just like us, we playing the Giants this week. This in no way indicts how we're gonna be because we playing the Giants, man. I mean, the Giants are off, and the only reason, again, like I say, the only reason there ain't more talk about it is because in their own town, the Jets do so much dumb stuff. It keeps your mind off the Giants, man. Because the Jets do dumb stuff, okay? Because Sunday night, I mean, I was ready to pull Russ out the game so we can get Justin back in there so we start scoring some points. Then all of a sudden, miraculously, Pickens makes a catch. Pickens made a catch, and it was over with then.
Hey, and I told you too, when that touch comes back, because he caught the ball, but them balls, especially that one over the top in the end zone, that is hit. And Donovan is just like you. One in Justin Fields, but I said Donovan. If that touch ever comes in this game, Justin Fields ain't seeing the field no more of the season until he gets hurt. And he can throw. Russell Wilson, there will never be a comparison on throwing, deep ball, and accuracy between. He blows him out the water in there. And if that ever comes on and he has a rapport, like they said, fucking Wilson, they can't stand Justin Fields. He loves Russell Wilson. And he went that extra mile for him on a couple of them catches. And so Tomlin is like, I'm highly compensated. I love that too, the way. I love me some Mike Tomlin. I'm highly compensated to make these decisions. And he's made his decision. That tells you that Russell Wilson will start until Mike Tomlin, which is pretty much probably the rest of the season, until Mike Tomlin is going to start. Justin Fields won't see the field again this year.
Well, the justification for it is this. We know once we get out of October, we're going to get into our real season because we play everybody between November 1st and December 31st, okay? So we already know the Ravens, like I say, everybody in love with them right now. It's let them be. The Bengals are stinking, and the Browns are dead, okay? They dead in the water. You starting Jameis on Sunday, so that ought to tell you right there.
Exactly.
Preacher man.
Jameis might throw. Jameis gonna throw for 400. He gonna throw 5 interceptions, but he gonna throw for 400.
3 touchdowns, 3 picks.
Right.
I know that.
He gonna throw for 400.
He's the record for the interceptions and the touchdowns on the same damn season.
I think he need glasses because he can't tell who is who, and he just throw it. You know what I'm saying? He blanks. He blank, but he gonna start on Sunday and see. This is the thing, and this is what I know. And see, the thing about the Ravens is this here: the Ravens won't lose to anybody in the NFC, but they'll lose to somebody in the AFC that they got no business to. They'll turn around, they'll lose a game to like the Titans, and you like, why did y'all lose to the Titans? You know what I mean? That's what the Ravens do, and still, you got to prove you got to beat Pittsburgh. Yeah, we tied for the division lead right now. Don't matter. Until you decide you can beat Pittsburgh consistently, which he has not been able to do since he's been there, healthy or unhealthy, doesn't matter. So that's what I'm looking forward to coming up the second half of the season. If Russ plays like he played Sunday night, I'm fine with it. I do feel like he makes he's more comfortable throwing the football than Justin is. I think Justin can make those same throws. It's just when you've been programmed, don't make that throw. That's the problem. And he got to get broke out of that. So I'm fine with it. Now, if he goes down.
Now, Justin Fields is the quarterback for the future for Pittsburgh.
Oh, yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
No doubt.
This is Russell might be this year a little bit, but no, I'm just saying that, Justin Fields is the future. But once this happens and if it continues to happen, that's pretty much it for this season. But I don't see a problem in that either.
No, it's not, because this is the thing. We probably got the best quarterback situation in the league because if Russ goes down, you got Justin who could win games in a different fashion that what you need. Now, do I feel like, because I'm just going to be real about it, I feel like we are the team to play Kansas City in the AFC title game. Whether it's Justin, whether it's Russell. That's just the way I feel. We're not going to beat the Chiefs because of the fact I know it. Andy Reid's going to come with some playground stuff and it's going to mess us up. Now, if you play regular straight up offense against us, you're going to lose. But if you come up with the play stuff, and this is the other thing that I've noticed too, and as much as everybody loved Derrick Henry, how he's running the ball right now, whatever, Derrick Henry has never ran over the Steelers. Never. That's something that's not going to happen. So I just feel like it's set up for us. The only thing I hate is we're going to beat each other up over the last 2 months of the season while the Chiefs over there chilling, because there's nobody in the West that's going to do anything. Denver's not going to do anything to them. The Raiders are not going to do anything to them. Harbaugh might get them on the second go round. Might. And that's a big might.
Depending on what the team looks like.
We've been saying it. He needs 2 more drafts. He doesn't have anything offensively to stand up. He got a quarterback. That's all he got. He needs a whole lot more.
It's a 3-team race. And you said 2 of them. You actually saw it in all 3 of them. Kansas City, Baltimore, and Pittsburgh. Those are the 3, because the rest of them, you're right. Buffalo has no chance. They'll win the East. They'll get in the playoffs, but they have no chance. It's really a 3-team race. I mean, it's a 3-team deal, barring any injuries, of course. Towards the end in the AFC end. You're right. It's going to come out like who out of that? What do they call it? That triumvirate.
Right.
You don't think Houston? You don't think Houston will have a chance?
No, not yet.
The Texans?
No, I think they 2 years away, because
when
they lost against the Packers Sunday, that pretty much told me they ain't ready.
And they could have won that game.
They should have won that game.
That was their game to win.
Yeah.
And that shows me. Now, I'm not saying Houston. I'm with you. 2 years. I got about 2 more years.
I feel like because they were in that game, and honestly, CJ Stroud played like trash, bro. He had 86 yards of passing.
86, yeah.
I mean, he played like trash, man, and they still was in that game to win it. So
I mean, Jordan Love gave him 3 interceptions too. So they were for tat with that. So
the thing about that, though, I ain't, we already said all 4 teams in the NFC North is gonna make it, and I don't. After what I saw Sunday, I don't deny that, because the Vikings and the Lions played a great game. Right now, you really got to say, man, if Goff don't get hurt, the Lions are a problem.
Or if he don't get back into his own head again.
Well,
that's true too.
But one of the things I know they're gonna have to do, they gotta go get a defensive lineman from somewhere. Because they generated no pass rush against Minnesota. Yeah, no pass rush. So they got to get somebody. Now, everybody was trying to say get Max Crosby from the Raiders. That's too much. You need
Max Crosby.
Who out there? That's the thing. Ain't nobody out there.
Well, are they making Garrett available, Cleveland? Anybody know?
That was another thought.
That was another thought.
I don't think they're making him available.
But they ain't gonna make him available because Cleveland got to have something to hold their hopes on to. But if they let Myles Garrett get out of there,
it could be.
If they let him go to Detroit, that puts Detroit over the top. I'm telling you, because they play sound defense. The only problem is they don't get pass rush, and if they can play sound defense and don't get pass rush, but then in the NFC, the only teams you got to worry about that really throw the football is the Packers, and probably gonna be the Bears. Just looking at it.
The Bears are going to lose 3 games in a row. Remember, I said that right here today first. I think everybody fell in love with Taylor Finger, and they think that this is going to sustain. And I'm just saying, I don't know. Too Fairy might not last too much longer in the win. Right?
Well, the thing is, even with them losing 3 games, I still think, they're gonna make the playoffs, because in the East, you have nothing with the Cowboys.
Oh, everybody's going
nothing with the Eagles, and you have nothing with the Giants.
NFC.
Was that me or y'all?
No. Well, yes. I don't know. Yeah, probably so. I think he got about 2 more.
Think so?
But
With
he
all
won't
the
be playing
injuries?
for the rest of this year, so it don't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll be rested for next year for sure.
Yeah, he'll be rested if anything. T.
Yo, that was on me, fellas. I don't know what happened, but that's good. Now, what was that y'all was saying?
With all I was saying was with San Francisco being in the state that they're in, LA injured.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
Kelsey, we was talking a little bit while you were coming back on that Arizona's only 1 game behind Seattle. So with those injuries, the West may be a more interesting race because Arizona generally does well against Seattle. So that's what, yeah. So and with 1 game behind, it's just going to beat them and waiting for them to lose one. And Seattle will lose another game.
Well, and then the other issue, I ain't gonna say issue, but we were talking last week about if the Cardinals weren't gonna make a move, send him to Miami.
Yeah.
The thing is, you keep him because he causes problems. Kyler causes problems. Whether you like him or you don't like him or whatever, if you allow him to cook, the boy will cook your goose. Okay. So my thing is you stick with him, get him some more weapons. Now, if you ain't gonna stick with him, if I'm Miami, if the Cardinals don't want to stick with him, you go get him. Tua is not gonna last. Go get Kyler. That would be a cap-friendly move, even though his contract is what it is. It would be a cap-friendly move. And could you imagine him with Tyreek and Waddle?
Oh my goodness, man! And then his contract don't look bad because he was one of the first ones to really sign. So ain't he like 6, 7 in line now?
He didn't drop. He was number 2. He didn't drop all the way by 7 or 8 now. So
exactly.
it's like he got a team friendly deal now. So I would make sure I go get him. But again, like we were saying before I got cut off, the NFC, all 4 in the North is gonna make it. Because there's nobody. I mean, if the 49ers lose to the Cowboys on Sunday, the 49ers are completely out of it. Okay, at that point.
Yeah.
So then it's between the Seahawks and the Cardinals in the West. In the South, we already know Sunday's game determines who wins the division. If the Falcons don't win, Tampa Bay wins the division. If Falcons win, it's over with for Tampa Bay. No matter what they do the rest of the way, it's over.
It's over.
And then in the East, I mean, do anybody have
Washington
in Philly?
Washington.
But I'm just saying, do anybody have confidence?
But now, though, with the injury, is because this getting to the part of the season where things get interesting, when people start, that them things happen. And without James, if he's week to week, do they still stay that competitive? Now they have a good defense. Do not get me wrong, but they really stay competitive without him like that.
That's the question.
I don't know.
That's gonna be the question. And then the thing is, like I say, it's one of those things where Sunday kind of proved. Well, even though I know they played the Panthers or whatever, Sunday kind of proved that the Commanders are better than what I thought they were. Just because Mariota put 40 on the Panthers, bro. Mariota. It wasn't like that was Dayton out there, huh?
When do they play the Eagles? When does their 2 start?
I think their first game against the Eagles is they play the Bears this week. I know.
Philly.
Yeah, Philly play the Bears this week because everybody hyping up because it's number 1 and number 2 pick going against each other, and then both of them got Heisman, so you know how that go too. Let me see.
Here's the thing: Philly goes as far as Saquon can take him. And I say that because Jalen Hurts needs a run game.
But bruh, if Saquon gonna run like he ran, I know it's the Giants, but at the same time, if you gonna run like that, bro, the Giants need their behind whoop for letting him get up out of there, bro. That's just all it is.
Man.
When you already ain't got nothing. Matter of fact, they played. The Eagles played the Commanders their first game on November 14th. That's a Thursday night.
Okay.
And then they play them again the Sunday before Christmas. So they got a little gap in between that, but Philly has a tough schedule November and December because Philly plays all of the AFC North between November and December. So that means they get the Ravens, they get us. Huh?
So wouldn't the Commanders too?
Commanders,
that's usually
the Commanders get the Steelers before. I think it might be week after next, honestly, because I know we
usually your division play that. You guys, you generally play them same off teams.
Yeah, but see the thing about it, how we set up this year, because the Steelers play everybody twice, November and December. Yeah, matter of fact, we play the Commanders the Sunday before the Thursday night game against the Eagles. So that puts the Commanders at a disadvantage because even if you beat us, you're going to take a pound and then you got to turn right back around 4 days later and play the Eagles. That's the thing I hate about putting division games on Thursday night. Because I feel like division games are more important than playing anybody else, and you putting them at a bad disadvantage by doing that.
Yeah.
And that's going. And see, the other thing you got to look at too, if the Commanders continue to win, they're gonna start getting flexed a lot more than they have been. So they're gonna be playing a lot of Sunday nights, maybe some Monday nights because of this. Because teams that you thought were gonna be good, Dallas, Cincinnati, the Jets. We're gonna stop seeing these teams playing on these premier games as they come up.
Not Dallas.
Well, I know not Dallas because I mean everybody wants to see the train wreck because we already know. It's just like Sunday's game. Sunday game is Sunday night game. It's really, do you really want to see both of them play?
No, but
I don't want to see how bad it can get.
It's gonna get bad because honestly, Kelsey, I see y'all right now at the way y'all playing. 10 losses is possible.
Nah, we're not gonna lose 10.
10 losses
is
possible.
We'll be above 500. We'll find a way.
You think y'all gonna get 9-8?
Yeah, 9, 8, or 10 and 7. I'm not drinking nothing.
You got to be.
I'm just trying to see y'all schedule. I'm trying to look at the schedule in my head.
He got to be drinking something. He talking about 10 and 7. I'm like, bro.
We start with San Francisco. Depends on which Kirk Cousins we get.
That could be a win. Yeah, let's say that's a win. Yep, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
And then we got Philadelphia Eagles. We normally play them pretty good, no matter what we got on our side. Houston Texans, that's probably gonna be a loss.
They got Saquon there.
Don't matter. We had Saquon number when he was in the Giants when they were supposed to be good.
That's all he had with the Giants.
Yeah, but I think we'll still get them.
Okay, go ahead.
For whatever reason, we'll beat Philly. Houston, we'll probably lose that. Washington, we'll lose that. Then we got the Giants, we'll win that. Bengals, we'll win that. Carolina, we'll win that. Tampa Bay, depends on what the receiving core looks like. Exactly. We might. Philadelphia, we'll beat them, and then Washington.
So you're saying y'all gonna sweep Philly? Now I'm gonna give y'all 1-1 because you just said
we'll sweep.
You think you're gonna sweep?
We'll sweep Philly.
Yes. You know what? I would have said before this year, I would have said y'all would have beat them in Dallas, but because y'all ain't playing like anything at home.
We didn't win a game in Dallas yet.
That's what I'm saying. Because y'all ain't playing like anything at home right now. I ain't even going there with that.
We'll turn it around.
Actually, it's not bad what you said, except for the one thing that would shock me if y'all sweep Philly. I think that's a split. But yeah, I don't know about a sweep. Because when the last time any of them ever swept each other?
I think we swept them last year.
Y'all
swept them last year?
Yeah, we ran through the division last year.
They ran through the division. And I think they ran through the division the year before, for
even when Philadelphia had
they lost. No, y'all lost the division because remember the Commanders beat y'all. At the end of the year, that's what got y'all knocked out.
Okay.
Yeah, and see that's the thing. The Commanders is the one that been throwing the monkey wrench in Cowboys stuff because that's who typically
low key. The Commanders were actually decent last year.
They were
as far as in the division. Yeah,
in the division they were because I think they swept the Giants and they split with y'all. And I want to say
they beat Philly too.
Yeah,
they beat Philly too.
Yeah, they beat Philly too. So that was the thing. And that's why I didn't feel like they were going to be. I didn't think they were going to be great, but I didn't think they were going to be as good as they are right now, which says a whole lot about them. But that's where we are. So looking at the schedule for this week, tomorrow night's game is the Vikings Rams. Vikings should win that. Rams are decimated. I hate that they decimated, but they decimated. Starting Sunday, you got the Jets Patriots.
Nobody cares.
Who cares? Eagles Bengals. This is a critical game for the Eagles.
Bengals will win that game. I hate to say it, but Eagles will do something to lose that game.
The Bengals just seem like the Bengals again.
They are. And this is the thing about the Bengals.
I don't think everybody want to realize it because Barrow was supposed to be the Mahomes killer.
Mm-hmm.
That's dead. All of that's gone. Cincinnati is really back to being Cincinnati again.
Well, I'm gonna say this here. He's actually having a good year. They just ain't winning football games. That's truthful though. Burrow has an excellent. He's having an excellent year. They just can't win football games. So that's pretty much Cincinnati being Cincinnati. But I don't bother me none because it make us better. You got the Packers at the Jaguars, which
that's what he did to Clemson, the LSU.
Jaguars need to shut it down. They need to shut it down.
They won last week though.
Hey, they got a flat over. They got a flat in London under Big Ben somewhere.
I mean, bro.
They overseas.
I mean, how you spend 2 weeks? You know what I'm saying?
They were overseas more than me, and I was stationed there for 2 years. That's how bad Jacksonville be overseas. I was stationed overseas for 2 years. Them cats has been over there longer than me.
Yeah. It's one of them things, man. It's one of them things. I'm like, and the NFL keep shoving that down their throat, and I'm like, why y'all give the Jaguars this? I know. You got Titans, Lions. Mason Rudolph is second straight start, so you already know how that gonna go. Big game, like we already discussed. Falcons, Bucs. That decides the division at that point. Kyler Murray on his way to Miami on Sunday. Play the Dolphins. Tua will not be back until next week.
Okay.
So that's a game that the Dolphins probably gonna lose because their offense stinks. Okay. So unless Tua's playing, they stink.
Yeah.
You got Ravens, Browns. Low key, this is a game that Jameis might win.
Man,
he's got a short memory.
Bruh.
Hey, Jameis
might win this game. This is the type game that Jameis can win. Now. He gonna throw for 400. He gonna throw 5 picks. But them 3 touchdowns he gonna throw is gonna pull him out. That's just the way I see it.
Every game ends with Jameis Winston throwing a pick 6. Take it from somebody who looked at him for 5 years. A pick 6 ends every game with Jameis Winston.
Jameis can't tell. He colorblind, so he can't tell what color he's throwing to. So you know how that go.
Like Hank's racist dog on King of the Hill.
Yeah. Colorblind. Another big game in AFC South. Colts, Texans. What are the Colts? Do we even know?
No.
If Anthony Richardson can stay healthy, you might.
Yeah.
We don't know. We don't know what the Colts are because they have played 6 games and we have no idea what they are.
I'm with you.
What are they? Are they good? Are they bad? Who knows?
They're like the superchargers of the 80s with Dan Fouts and Kellen Winslow.
Yeah.
You don't know.
You don't know.
You might get an AFC championship run or you might just be 8.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. All right. Sunday afternoon games. We got Saints at the Chargers. Nobody really cares. Chargers better win that. If they lose, then they're in a complete rebuild at that point. Spencer Rattler, I thought was gonna be better, but he playing like Spencer Rattler at Oklahoma, so not gonna be good. You got the Bills traveling up northwest to see you, Dave, up in Seattle.
That could be a good game.
It should be. I just don't see. I don't see them making that trip and winning though. It's just something about it.
Even with Amari now.
Even with him down, it's still.
I don't know. I think Sam got hurt.
Big boy got hurt.
Yeah, I think Sassy Baller got hurt. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
he got
hurt.
But they say he is week to week because they say it's a mild MCL sprain. So he probably should have played Sunday, but they put up points without him. So might have. Then
names, man.
See, I was trying to go head on, man. But he ain't lying, though. You know, he ain't lying.
That's the thing.
And Ramsey and D'Angelo Russell.
Hey.
Sassy as hell. I had to watch that gold Cisco fake hair glass like one more flash on the screen. But go ahead, Go ahead, my bad.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started on that because I will go on.
My bad. Yeah.
Okay. We also got, like I said, we got Bears, Commanders.
That would have been a good
one. 1 and 2 pick. That ought to be a decent game. Panthers play the Broncos in Denver. Bryce Young going back to start because Andy Dalton was in a car accident up here. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter.
Chiefs play the Raiders. This is going to be an Andy Reid. Let's try this out game. Let's see what happens. They might bring double Dutch ropes out there.
I know, right?
Double Dutch, man. It's gonna be stupid, okay? Then Sunday night, you got the Cowboys and the 49ers. Cowboys, are you a man or are you a pussycat? That's all I can say. And that's your opportunity. If not now,
bring a scrapping post out.
Look here.
Go ahead.
If y'all can't beat the 49ers, diminished as they are, that says all we need to know about y'all the rest of the year. Just being real.
49ers got anything look like a pass rush, we in trouble.
Well, both are playing, so y'all in trouble. Y'all in trouble because both are playing.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Hargrave.
He's out. He got a torn pec. He out. Rest of the year. But the Chiefs couldn't block Bosa Sunday, so I tell you right there, you know. And then Monday night we got the Giants and the Steelers. Dexter Lawrence, low key, y'all, is playing outstanding football.
Yes, man. Every year I've noticed every team now seems like it got a Clemson defensive lineman. Seriously, you'll hear a name, you're like, where did he go? And
he went to Clemson.
He'll deal like, exactly.
Well, the thing about it, now I will say this here: in this run of Clemson dominance, the defensive line has been steady pumping them out. So
yes, they have.
Yeah.
And Dexter was one of those special ones. And now, I mean, for you to have 9 sacks playing defensive tackle.
That's Warren Sapp.
I mean, that's Warren Sapp number for real. That's Warren Sapp and O.C. Umenyiora type numbers. Justin Tuck type numbers, stuff like that. You saying a whole lot, and you on a bad football team, and everybody knows they got to block you. So if you get 9 sacks, you showing that. And Thibodeau is not playing, so they triple teaming Dexter, and they ain't.
Yes.
But let's be honest about this too. Dexter Lawrence is a grown man too. Okay, let's remember that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's sick. That's legitimate 6'6", 315. Oh, yeah. And it ain't at 315. That's 315. No.
Man, Breezy's 315 look like it's straight up just solid, solid as hell. All of them boys look solid, yeah.
All them boys, because Brazil is playing good, Dexter's playing good, Christian Wilkins is playing good, even though he's playing with the Raiders. Who else is out there right now? Some of the backups that played for Clemson. I think the Cowboys got one on the line too. He playing decent. So I mean, it says what the program has become. And sliding into that, Kelsey, I know if you gotta go, holler at me.
All right.
But Oregon is number 1 because of the fact Georgia went to Texas and showed out. Didn't see Kirby doing that.
Not happened yet.
Didn't see Kirby doing that. I'm gonna be honest with you because I didn't say. Yeah. But I'm gonna tell you, his defense bailed him out because his offense sucks. Okay, Carson Beck is sorry.
Except that ETN gets you that critical first down, like right when you think, and he busts 2 tackles, and then like in that game, and Sarkisian, there is a law of averages that failing up can only happen to so many white men.
Exactly.
Brad Stevens has already failed up
Mm-hmm.
because he couldn't do it as the coach. So we make him the president. That statistical anomaly has happened already. So with that, Steve Sarkisian goes back with the regular polling averages since we're in election season.
Oh my
meaning the fail up has happened. His is going to be failed down where it's supposed to be. That was it.
I will say that just because I thought this was a different Texas team. Texas turned into what we know Texas to be.
The best offensive line in the country was in the backfield as soon as the ball got hyped. They pumped that offensive line up. It looked like them cats said, all right, SEC. And they pushed them all the way in the backfield.
I'm going to be honest. I've watched Georgia every game this year, and Georgia did not look, their defense did not look that dominant in any of the games they played.
No, they got crunked. Yeah, that was
they got
tired of hearing it.
They went in like, you know what? We finna show you what them dogs about. And they did that because didn't matter whether it was Quinn Ewers or whether it was the great arch man in himself. I think Georgia took it personal just because they wanted everybody to realize we still the SEC. No matter who y'all is.
It's the Birdman. Put some respect on their name.
Right.
That's all to it.
You know, but the thing is, Georgia is the flag bearer for the conference because honestly, y'all, let's be real about this here. The rest of the conference stink, man. They play good football. They play good football, but the rest of the conference stinks, man. Bama, people getting down on Bama, but we've said it since the beginning of the year. Bama's depth is not there. That is a problem. And we have seen that in the last 3 games.
Do you think Georgia will slip up when they go to Death Valley, the other Death Valley?
Yeah. LSU?
Yeah. You think LSU's going to lose or win? What do you think about that game? You think it's going to be close? What y'all think?
LSU and who? Georgia?
Yeah. And Death Valley.
Defensively, LSU might hang in there, but offensively.
No, Brian Kelly stink, man. I got nothing for Brian.
And the reason why I asked, because lately they have been playing better ball.
They've been playing better, but they should have lost.
I'm going to see because you already went to Texas and pulled it out, right?
But they're going to lose to somebody.
Road Warriors gets hard, right?
Well, I'm going to tell you what. Low key, who been playing better? Florida.
Florida. Yes.
Florida, nobody's talking about it because everybody was trying
Kentucky is terrible.
Was trying to get him fired. But honestly, he's playing good football now.
And Vanderbilt now is in every football game they play.
Bruh.
Ain't it crazy, man?
Right.
Because they just look at their score just because. They're in every game they play now.
They are legitimately in the hunt for the SEC. And it's funny as I don't know what. Because I'm like, how?
Yeah.
All they needed was that boost of confidence.
And what about the Indiana Hoosiers in football?
Indiana Hoosiers in football right now.
Crazy.
That don't even make sense that the Hoosiers are leading the Big Ten.
Saw that?
Huh?
You saw wide receiver? He quit.
Yeah, he quit.
He said they ain't give him the money they said they were going to give. This is turning into a clown show, man.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you brought that up. I'm going to say this about the NIL stuff, okay? NIL has been good because you've distributed players all over the country because of NIL. Yeah. But the teams that continuing to win are the teams that are built from within.
Yeah.
It hasn't changed. If you're an NIL team, Florida State, you cannot sustain this year after year after year. If you go get 1 or 2 pieces, that's one thing. But if you got to redo your whole squad, you're not going in.
Miami has to replace their quarterback, Martinez, the running back, the 2 corners, and that cat on the defensive line. That is hard to do every year. You buy a new team.
Right. Now, this is the thing. We were talking about LSU just now. LSU doesn't play Georgia.
Oh, okay. It's Alabama, right?
Alabama plays Georgia.
Okay.
But LSU has A&M this week. They play Bama the first week of November. They play Florida. They could be playing Vanderbilt for number one.
That potentially could be 4 losses.
And they finish up with Oklahoma, which should run through because
welcome back, Brent Venables. So
Brent Venables, he gonna be the defensive coordinator.
So if nobody wants to do it, I'll get the greeting card started for us. Welcome Brent Venables back home.
There you go.
Well, he shouldn't have had the job anyway. And not saying that he's not a good coach, but Lincoln Riley left quickly. So they had to get somebody.
Let's get to that. They lost to Maryland.
Bro.
In football.
Bro, the last 3 games that they have lost, they have had the lead in the 4th quarter. The same thing that killed him at Oklahoma is killing him now. He cannot play defense. And I'm like, bruh, how are you not recruiting the best players in California to go to Southern California?
He is.
And he's not. Well, he ain't doing nothing with them.
He ain't doing nothing with them. That's the thing. And the thing is, USC will fire your ass on the tarmac.
Well,
like when you return from an away game.
Well,
so you need to be careful.
There is no way. There is no way right now he should be losing the way that he's losing. And the thing about it is, looking at them, what they got to finish up, it ain't gonna get no better because they have to finish up. Now, if he loses to Rutgers Saturday, he's fired. Ain't no need to talk about it. He fired if he loses to Rutgers on Saturday. He still got to play UW. He got to play Nebraska.
Lost to Rutgers, told.
He got to play, and he finished up with his 2 rivals. He played UCLA and Notre Dame.
Rutgers beat the heck out of UW.
Well, this is the thing. He loses to Rutgers on Saturday.
Yeah,
that'll be 7 losses. That'll be, and this is the most craziest thing ever. You beat LSU, and you ain't won since.
Hey, remember I told you, remember I talked about Sharon? Sharon will be signing a contract extension at the end of the season for Michigan.
Why?
Because he knows stuff don't nobody know. I'm telling you now.
Well, you're keeping him there to keep him quiet then because
that's what I'm saying.
Because
I'm telling you.
He another that need to be fired because
he should.
Because Michigan looks terrible. Now, they play Michigan State on Saturday. Now, if he get blowed out, he might not make it.
I don't see. He got insider information.
Well,
he's definitely making it for this year.
I'm telling you right now. It doesn't matter. Oregon, all Oregon got to do keep your nose clean. Okay, keep your nose clean. You go to the playoff. Okay, Ohio State, you can whine, cry, whatever. Y'all still getting in just because y'all Ohio State. But slip up and lose to Penn State or slip up and lose to Michigan. The world is crumbling in Columbus. Okay. Looking at what we got coming up.
All right, fellas, before y'all jump in, I'm gonna jump off, man. I appreciate everything, y'all.
Hey, man, happy
anniversary, man. Tell the missus happy anniversary. Thank her for us. Y'all enjoy your time, man.
All right, appreciate it. All right.
Man. Yep.
Hey.
All right, Dave. Is the Hurricanes gonna survive?
I thought Louisville had them. They get a call every week that turns the tide of the game, and I don't know. It's Lady Luck on their side at this point. I mean, I can't keep. But then they say what the old folks say: if you keep fishing for a butt cutting, you're gonna get it, right?
They're gonna get it, and I'm gonna tell you, Miami been walking that thin edge all year, and it's getting ready to catch up with them because
they play SMU.
I'm looking now to see when they play.
They play SMU. That's the one.
Well, that ain't the only one because Saturday's game, this would be a game that Mario Cristobal would lose. If they lose to Florida State, it would be ridiculous. And I'm not saying it can't happen, but next week is the game that everybody's pointing toward because they play Duke.
They play SMU.
Manny Diaz next week. They play Georgia Tech after that. They do not play SMU unless they get to the title game because the rest of their schedule is they play the Blue Devils, Georgia Tech, Wake Forest. Now that's one.
That could be the one. Yeah.
People that don't know the ACC like this, I'm telling everybody right now. Wake Forest has beaten Miami every year that they've been in the ACC.
Yeah.
And people gonna look at that and they'll be like, man, you kidding. No, I'm telling the truth. Wake Forest has beaten Miami every year they have been in the ACC.
Yeah.
And then they finish up with Syracuse, and low key, Syracuse is 5-1, and nobody's talking about them.
Yeah.
Nobody's talking about them.
But they have Ohio State's old quarterback, right?
McCord. Yep. And for SMU has the benefit. They play Duke this week. They got Pitt next week. They finish up with Boston College, Virginia, and Cal. Because they don't play none of the big boys, this thing is going to come down to the final week. If SMU doesn't lose, it's SMU more than likely. And I don't know what the tiebreakers are now in the ACC because there's no division. It's going to be, I think it's the highest ranked team. I think that's the first. So that would be Miami at the point. But Clemson would get in the playoff at that point.
Yeah.
So, but low key.
Would they do 3?
Could they get 3? Yes. Because if you think about it, Dave, if Miami's undefeated and go to the ACC championship game and they lose to SMU getting in, Miami's going to get in, and Clemson's going to get in.
True.
So
what I'm trying to make way for is, either Army or Navy will be in. One of them have to be in because one will win the AAC. And the AAC strength of conference right now is better than
the ACC.
Yeah, and so whoever wins, because the Army Navy game will decide it, one of them will get in this year. And so what you start to get down to is those spots. When you get to ranking the conferences.
Right. That's the thing. And this is where this is the tricky part too, because this is something nobody's talking about either. Army Navy, both of them play Notre Dame. Okay.
Yes.
Those are elimination games.
Notre Dame always whoop them. Yeah.
But those are elimination games because Army Navy, say one of them upset Notre Dame. That automatically kicks Notre Dame out. That puts the other one in. They play each other, however that plays out. Then you still got to play the championship game because I think they play the championship game before they play the real game. Army Navy game.
Yeah. Army Navy is the last game in the football.
Right. That's the last regular season game of the year. So they're going to play twice in 2 weeks. The thing is, both of them could be setting themselves up to both of them being in the playoff because where it's looking right now, and this just thinking outside the box.
Right.
Both of them can get in. You could get 3 ACC teams. That's five out of the 12 spots right there.
Yeah.
The SEC is going to get at least 4.
Yeah, that's what. Okay, so that's 9.
That's 9. So you got 3. Is the Big Ten going to get it? Because you still got to get. Still got to get the.
I count them in the. Yes, they're guaranteed. It's the Big Ten. I mean, come on now. They got.
So wait a minute though. Wait a minute. The Big Ten. The Big Ten doesn't really need, but all they need, honestly, Oregon is the only one that deserves to be in right now.
Penn State too. Don't. I mean,
I know they ain't gonna mess it up.
Yeah, I know, but you know what I'm saying. Right now, where they sit, they are part of the. And if Penn State on the real T finishes second, that name will get them in the playoffs.
Well, but this is the thing. If you if you get them two in. And you got Ohio State out there lingering. Here's the thing. What do you do with the SEC?
I don't think that's where the 4 make it to 3. I think you might have 3, 3, 3, and then the what you call
Big 12 get 1.
Big 12 get 1. They'll get their conference champ. Might be Colorado, right?
Right now it's BYU in Colorado right now.
BYU is good too. So either one of them two.
Both of them. And then it'll be the AAC, and I don't think nobody from the Sun Belt is going to be ranked high enough because James Madison lost Saturday, so that took them out of the way.
Boise will win the Mountain West, and they'll be in.
Yeah, just because they only lost to Oregon.
Exactly.
Yeah. Unless, but on low key in the Mountain West, nobody's talking about what's called UNLV.
Yeah, I saw them play, but man, that dude gets on the field. He just been destroying them teams.
I know.
They just have nothing to. I mean, it gets to be a point, like I said, in the pros, outside. I mean, you ain't gonna do it for so many times, but when you're in the NFL, I mean, when you're in college and in high school, you get one dude who can just outrun everybody because of the way the talent level is. Yeah, I don't see UNLV is good, but I don't think they're the Randall Cunningham good UNLV.
No, they ain't that level. So, but the thing is, I like how it's playing out because one, what you're gonna see next year, it's gonna force you to have to play good teams in your non-conference because you can't get by with playing chumps no more because your conference matchups mean so much more now. You're getting a Texas Georgia game. You know what I'm saying? That game means something in the regular season because really that's a play your way out because the only ones in the SEC that probably deserve it is Georgia, and right now I wouldn't even say Texas. It's probably Tennessee.
The way Tennessee is playing, I'm with you. Yes,
I gotta Tennessee. I ain't gonna say
they
Texas.
also are playing games really close,
right?
And you know, yeah, there you go. Yeah. No.
And then, I mean, you still got some games coming down the road that gonna matter because if Brian Kelly can get LSU, I just hate saying it because it makes me mad that LSU
I know you saying
shouldn't even be in this type of position. You know what I mean? It ought to be like, oh, we got this. You know what I mean?
We got this, yeah.
But I know he is known for losing a game he ain't got no business losing. He should have lost to Mississippi, honestly. Yeah. But because when you got two fools that's coaches, one of them got to lose, and Lane just happened to be the one to lose. But Lane is what he is. Billy's gonna mess around, keep his job.
Yeah.
That which I believe he's earned the right to keep his job because he's playing better now. They look better. Beamer's going to keep his job at Carolina because you can say
they are overperforming for what they were supposed to be.
They got an outstanding defensive line.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. I hate to admit it, but yes, they do.
But here's the thing about that defensive line, though. If any one of them go down, they don't have anything to replace. So with the rest of their schedule, and then that was the other thing. I thought the SEC actually did them a favor because they took Georgia off the schedule this year for them. And honestly, I don't think they play. I know they don't play Texas this year. And see that, and that's going to be the other thing. These off years where nobody's playing everybody, like Billy, next year, Billy shouldn't have nobody on the schedule next year.
True. Yeah.
At all. He should have nobody on the schedule because they have loaded him up for sure. So the Gamecocks finish up. They got A&M next week.
Playing better.
They play Vandy, playing better. Play Missouri, who stinks.
Yes.
They finish up with Wofford and Clemson. I mean, realistically, he's going to a bowl. Can he get 8 wins?
He'll get 8.
Possibly. He can win 4 out of the next 5. He possibly could get to a bowl, get the 8
wins. Out of them. He needs 4 out of the 5.
He needs 4 out of the next 5 to get the 8 wins.
He ain't beating Clemson.
No.
So he'd have to win all of them before Clemson.
I don't think he's going to beat A&M. I don't think he's going to beat Vandy. It's a toss-up whether he can beat Missouri.
Yeah.
Wofford, he'll walk through them.
They just, how a team just didn't hit that splat mode. Yeah.
Well, and see, this is the thing. Nobody wants to play Clemson right now.
No.
Because right now, I do agree with. I heard something. I can't remember who said it Saturday because I watched the entire Clemson game. I'm aggravated with the defense letting them score after you didn't start.
Remember me and you talked about that, T. That is my only concern is when it's time to turn it on, will you be able to?
Well, the defense is not holding up the standard. They letting too many easy scores after. Yeah, I know they 3rd and 4th stringers, but that's not how Clemson plays defense.
That's why I want my man back. I know he wasn't right for Oklahoma, but he was right as our defense coordinator.
Well, now if they fire him, he's coming back to Clemson.
Yeah.
You might as well mark it down right now.
You might as well mark it down that fire because you don't.
Well, he fired because I'm gonna tell you why. But that was the drawback of Oklahoma and Texas going to the SEC. They ain't ready for that.
Nope.
as big a name brands as they are, they was not ready for day in, day out. And I say this as a big boy school because the rest of the SEC ain't like the ones that they've had to play. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
The rest of the SEC, South Carolina is not Georgia. I'll say that. Okay.
Yeah.
South Carolina is not Bama. Okay. Texas and Oklahoma came in with the name recognition of that's who we are. The rest of the SEC looked at them like that don't mean nothing to us because we already used to this. You know? Now,
2000.
Yeah.
Since Mac Brown with Texas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody's getting this, man. And you figure you look at them player for player, they don't stack up with what Georgia put out there. And you got to remember, Kirby, I don't think Kirby's had the lowest ranked recruiting class I think Kirby's had in the last 5 or 6 years. Probably been 5.
5, yeah, I think it was 5 I saw. Yep.
So you already know he loaded.
Yeah.
All right. Now, he winning despite his quarterback stinks, okay? Carson Beck stinks. Yeah, and if I hear one more pundit say that he's first round wide receiver, first round quarterback, I'm like, what are y'all watching?
I've been noticing too that they have been fishing for first round quarterbacks because Daniel Jones, I still don't understand.
Bruh,
how they can't be a first round quarterback.
That was because Cutcliffe said he was just like Peyton and Eli. And the only reason anybody paid that any attention because of the fact Cutcliffe coached Peyton and Eli. Okay?
Yeah.
That's the only reason he got picked that high.
It ain't Peyton and Eli.
It ain't Peyton and Eli. No. But one thing I've noticed, Dave, and we do this show, and I hate Coop. I should have said this before he left. But this is the thing. The takes that we give, it's always like somebody give that same take the week after we done said it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right,
it's one of the things where I'm like, well, we said that last week's show. Or if it ain't that, it's like, why don't somebody come get us so we can have a show on TV because y'all saying the same stuff that we saying and we don't get paid for this. So my thing is, we know just as much just by observing as anybody else. I don't need the insider stuff. I don't need all that. I sit there, we watch football, we know what it is, period. And what we have seen and what I feel like is going to happen, and it's already happening, some of these schools that move conferences this year hate the fact we move conferences.
Yes, I agree. Yes, sir. Yes,
they hate it. Yes, because what it has shown everybody is there's different levels to this thing. Okay, and the teams that win every year are mostly from the South. Let's just be real.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mostly from the South. And then at the same time, Oregon, as great as y'all have played, y'all not ready for this.
No.
Y'all not ready for this. And what this playoff is going to do is this playoff is going to highlight the point of y'all not ready for this. Because when it comes down to it, the teams that are from the South, whether it's the ACC or the SEC or even the Big 12, those are going to be the teams that are going to be in the championship game or in at least the Final Four that you're going to see when all of this is over with. And what's going to happen is Texas and Oklahoma is going to look at this and they're going to say, it's too hard for us to sustain this. And that's part of the problem. It is.
Now, Texas has unlimited funds, that school. So they'll be fine from a money. They will always, because
they got money.
They have their own network and all that shit. So they'll be fine. The one I worry about is Oklahoma. Oklahoma does not have the resources. Like I said, Texas, and plus Texas is a good academic school too. So they'll keep, they'll be all right. Oklahoma, though, this big, little ass, that's who I worry. And the thing I have that on what you were saying, the mergers should have happened last year. Because we got that one off. We had Michigan versus UW. And if the Pac-12 would have gotten to the Big Ten last year, then you have a bunch of noise. But now, because of NIL and all of this, right, you have a very mediocre, a bad Washington team, Well, Oregon is Oregon because it's Phil Knight University. So I mean, they're gonna always have some people, but the rest of them have really dropped. Well, the rest of the Pac-12 that in it,
right? Well, you put it like this. I'll say like this here. Okay, Oregon's #1 right now. All right. What's gonna happen if Oregon has to play Georgia?
Oh, they'll lose the South game. Oh, I told you last year.
If Georgia has to play Clemson. That was year before last when Georgia beat the snot out of it.
No. I'm saying last year we had a non-South championship game.
But that was because of what it was.
Wasn't it one more?
It was the last time it was a non-South championship. I think.
I don't think it's ever been one.
I think it was Oregon. It was Oregon versus
Florida State.
Ohio State.
That was the national championship game.
Yep, that was the first year. That was the first year of. That was the first year of the playoffs.
And that has to be only 2 years ever.
It is.
I can't think of no years before that.
Everything else has either been an SEC, an ACC, or a big
shared thing with Texas, and you remember LSU shared that. Okay, got it.
Yeah. So
I agree with you on that. Yeah,
it's gonna highlight a bigger issue that nobody wants to talk about right now. But what it's gonna do is Clemson is gonna remain in the hunt, even if, like I said, like we just said, even if Miami doesn't stumble, they're gonna end up playing SMU or Clemson. Either way, all three of them getting in the playoff.
Yeah,
you don't want to play SMU, you don't want to play Clemson, and you don't want to play Miami because they just got the talent.
Yeah.
From the SEC, you don't want to play LSU, you don't want to play Tennessee, you don't want to play Georgia. Okay, Texas. Before it's all said and done, I really don't think Texas is going to be a factor in this thing at all because
they're going to drop out.
Honestly, Sark, and then with Quinn Ewers not going to practice yesterday, that pretty much already they headed for dismantling on epic proportions. All because, and I didn't understand why Sark put him in the first place. Because
and it's funny, the Dr. Pepper commercial came on right before that, where he said, contrary to popular belief with a famous last name and beautiful hair. I'm like, damn, is that foreshadowing or what?
Yeah, because I didn't think they were at a position where they were that bad off at that point. Because I think it was 10-0 at that time. So I'm like, why are you bringing
the offensive lineman into these cats' lap? What do you expect them to do?
Right. So that was a bad move. And then when you look at it, even if you do get Oregon in, when you stack them up, because Oregon may stay #1 the whole year, you're not going to get a home game in Outson. So that's not going to help you. So that means you're going to have to play in a bowl game. More than likely, they'll put you in the Fiesta Bowl or the Rose Bowl to keep you closer to home. But you're going to end up playing somebody you really don't need to play.
No, and Oregon is just like I said, because they are the crop of west of the Mississippi, northwest side. And I don't know, they can't get USC right. They are the beneficiary of that. And here you go. They actually are the beneficiary of USC, not because the boys that spurred them from the West, they go straight up there.
And Dave, if you were not there, nobody would believe when I say this. When you look at teams from the West Coast, when Washington is good and when Oregon is really good, everybody coming out of South Central LA.
Oh, yes.
That has always been.
Remember, Don James locked UW, the one who started, and maybe they never had a losing record, but Don James locked down Southern Cal. Now, it was illegal, as we know, because he got fired for it and, was banished, but he locked down Southern Cal.
Well, see, all the teams out west that were great, Colorado, when Colorado was great, had everybody out of South Central and everybody out of Texas.
Yep.
That's when McCartney had them rolling. And as long as they was getting players out of there, and that was when you had a down Southern California and a down UCLA. If either one of them schools get a coach that's about something, it's over.
It's over. Yeah, I agree. Yep.
In the 90s, when Washington was great, when Don James had them, everybody came out of South Central LA.
Everybody. And if you look at the team last year, Penix went, but he's from where's Penix from? He's from the South. I forget where he's from because you can hear
he's from down here somewhere.
Yeah.
Texas. Ain't he from Texas?
Texas.
Yeah.
And then the running back is from Mississippi proper. Right. Now, I think the wide receivers are Doomsday now because now you can get some wide receivers.
Doomsday was up. I think he's from Northern California.
Northern California, okay. And then McMillan and the other one. McMillan and the other one, Daniels, whatever his name is. Yeah. And I actually think you're right. I think both of them are from the Southern Cal area.
Right.
Just say California, because that's where, it is at. Now, Southern Cal has all the good talent just because it's Southern Cal.
Because it's Southern California. But see, exactly. It's just like, just like what's going to end up happening with Cal, Stanford, and SMU. Getting the opportunity to play against the teams in the ACC is a much better thing than playing in the Pac-12.
And I was saying too, for the Southern Cal folks, to go to Oregon, if you go to Oregon and then go to UW, not over the mountains on the other side, your weather situation is pretty much like Hut. Hut just left, and he saw our wind is going to stay 50 and 45. I mean, that's just what it do, and rain, but that's what keep it all going. Yep.
Well, y'all got something else that keep folks interested up there too. Y'all got talent. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got a different type of talent.
Yeah.
Something that you don't see in the South.
Yeah.
That's why y'all can be like y'all are. But looking at and this is the last thing I had for college. The demise of Florida State. I think Florida State is a cautionary tale to everybody else. You can't buy these teams and think they're gonna be great.
Miami next year. Remember, it's not this year. All of them leave. All of them leave.
Yeah, all of them leave. He's gonna that cupboard is gonna be bad because all of them boys is Mark Richt boys.
Because when you got to restart from quarterback, that is the one. And Cam Wards don't walk around.
Right.
And if you look at the talent now in college football, right, there's nobody that they could buy again that can come that I see that would make a tremendous difference. I mean, I'm trying to think of quarterbacks.
There ain't nobody. Because if Quinn Ewers doesn't go, he'd be stupid if he leaves school, because if he go for another deal, he's going to drop like a rock. His stock is the highest that it is.
Oh yeah, you got to leave your first round pick. Yes.
You talking. There's nobody that Miami can get because you got to figure, and this is going to be the key, and this is something nobody's talking about, but this is going to be big. With Florida being semi down, if Billy can pull some players here and there in Florida, you already know Dabo has got Florida on lock. You probably know Georgia's got Florida on lock. Who's going to get the remaining players? Because Florida State won't get them. And if Cristobal doesn't get them, where does those players go?
There you go.
Where does those players go? Because people don't realize.
Straight up the street.
That's probably where they're going.
That's what I'm saying.
That's probably where they're going. Yep. Clemson and Georgia is finna split a lot of good players.
A lot of good players.
Over the next few years because of the fact they already know. If you play defense and you play defensive line, go to Clemson.
Yeah.
It's proven. If you're going to play linebacker, go to Georgia. I mean, it's proven. You play safety, corner, go to Georgia. It's already been proven. Everybody already knows.
Now, if you play corner to get drafted in the first round, you go bust. Exactly. Now, you will be burned because I swear I don't know how Terrell and them get drafted in the first round, but they do. But my son told me it's because they covet Clemson corners because they always have to play man coverage.
Well, they always have to play man coverage. And then if you actually look at the size of Clemson corners are a specific size. They are 6 foot to 6'3". Yeah. That is their Dabo had that. And see, that's one of the things a lot of people don't understand. Dabo has his team built by specific measurements. His defensive line, all them cats, 6'6", 330.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah.
Them boys walk on campus day one, look like they done been in school 4 years already. Them boys, freshmen, 6'6". How much you weigh, son? 315. That is his formula. And we are seeing it. That defense, one thing I can say, the only other defensive line. Now that's why I want to see the Gamecocks play Clemson, because the Gamecocks have a quick, fast defensive line. Yeah. Clemson got a big, fast defensive line. Somebody gonna get killed. because them boys on Clemson, and this is the other thing I try to tell people too, they all sophomores.
Yes.
They ain't going nowhere.
No.
They ain't going nowhere.
No.
They all sophomores. And I'm like, do y'all realize next year they are going to be terrible?
The only is Woods is a junior, right?
Woods is a junior. He the only one. But they not going nowhere. All the rest of them are sophomores. And I'm like, nobody talked about, because when Dabo was struggling the first part of last year, he was playing all freshmen. Nobody realized that unless you were a Clemson fan.
Yes.
Oh, he playing freshman. Yeah, he playing freshman. They all sophomores now. Next year, they're going to kill somebody, Bo.
Yeah.
They're going to kill somebody. And it's going to be ridiculous how good they're going to be. Because really, he gets another quarterback, because if Cade comes back, that's fine. If he don't come back, that's fine. He gets another quarterback in, they ready.
Cade's coming back, so he ain't got to worry about that. You know, he has to do his junior, because they are not still ready to take a feel on him until they see it for a season, I think. And when I say they, the NFL, and I'm not there, I don't know, but I just think they need to, because he still, to me, can get to that thing where he underthrows the ball. And Clemson, now the quarterback thing was our star thing. But, you know, folks start recognizing patterns after a while, right? And you're like, yeah, they booped it and boot. And so, yeah, I don't know if he gets that leeway that like Trevor would have got, because there is just now a pattern for the quarterback.
Well, his arm is his deficiency, because he doesn't have an extremely strong arm.
Exactly.
His
athleticism is his plus when he uses it right.
Right.
And don't try to spaz out. Yeah.
Right. But what I see is, and when I say he could go, if he has the next 5 games like he's played the first 6, there's a possibility, because
he's in the Heisman talk now.
Well, you got to figure Carson Beck stock is plummeted.
I'm not.
When your stock possibly plummeting, there's no. I mean, other than Shador, there's no quarterback.
Exactly.
That's a lot. And honestly, I wouldn't even put Shador in that spot, because he gets away with stuff because he got athletic wide receivers. He do that stuff in the NFL, they're gonna kill him.
Like Trevor Lawrence did.
Yeah. He getting away with stuff. So that's where we at. The big games this week in college. We got a big one Thursday night, Syracuse and Pitt. That's gonna go a long way to determine stuff. We got Boise State play UNLV Friday night.
That's the one.
You got Nebraska, Ohio State.
Nebraska fell off the map.
Notre Dame, Navy. UW versus Indiana. Game day is at Indiana, first time ever for a football game, not a basketball game.
Dang.
That says a lot right there. You get Illinois versus Oregon. Low key, they might.
That's gonna be a good game. Yep.
Might want to watch that one. You got Mizzou versus Alabama. Bama should rebound pretty good on that one. This is another low key one. Texas versus Vanderbilt.
If they can beat Bama, if you can dodge a wrench,
if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a dodgeball.
There you go.
There you go. Florida State, Miami. Miami, don't screw this up. Because if y'all screw this up, if y'all screw this up, y'all need y'all butt whoop. Y'all screw this. Penn State goes to Wisconsin. This is a game that I can see James Franklin gonna screw up.
Yes.
LSU plays A&M. If LSU goes to A&M and lose this game, A&M will win. Will win the rest of the game, because their last game is against Texas. First time in 6-7 years.
Right.
Big game in the ACC. It's funny to say this. SMU versus Duke. That's a big game in the ACC.
That's a big game.
That's a big game, because both of them are on track. The winner of that game has the inside.
I know.
That's funny. And then Saturday night, just because it's a big game in the Big 12, but my projection is BYU is going to win the 12, but it'll be Cincinnati and Colorado Saturday night. semi-big game.
Cincinnati usually is good, but see, NIL screwed them.
Well, they 5-2, just like Colorado. The only thing about that game, the reason why I say it's a big game, is Cincinnati got one loss in the conference. Colorado got one loss in the conference. So,
and like I said, Cincinnati always only have like 2 losses at the end of the year.
Yeah, but somebody beat the snot out of them the other week. I want to say it was Baylor, and they shouldn't have lost that game because I think they overlooked them or whatever. But Colorado, this is a situation. Honestly, looking at what Deion got the rest of the schedule, Deion could get to 10 wins, possibly. And that would be outstanding because honestly, he winning despite he don't have the players.
No.
But the only thing about it is if he gets to 10 wins, they're gonna fall hard the next year because he doesn't have anything on the cover.
Deion's not coaching next year.
I know he's not. And I told Kelsey that I didn't think he was gonna go past these boys getting out of school.
Yeah.
Because he'll find some kind of way, he'll say something. I didn't see he's not even recruiting to act like he's getting ready to be there 3-4 years. Either he's hoping, and some people are saying this, I don't agree with it. He's hoping that Norvell gets fired and he can come to Florida State. I don't believe that's going to happen. I don't see Florida State hiring him.
It'd be difficult. Yeah,
I just don't see Florida. You got better alumni that could be the coach at Florida State than Deion. Okay, I'll just say it like that. That's the best way to say it.
And I don't know if Deion seriously wants to, on the real, because Father Time is undefeated. I don't know if Deion needs to be standing up on the sideline too much longer either. Just because of health reasons.
I don't know. Health reasons.
It's just health reasons. I mean, it's undefeated, and I don't know if that's what I'm not a doctor. I ain't sleeping no Holiday Inn, but I don't know if that's the best thing for him right now.
Well, the biggest thing is I think all of this was done to get them boys into the pros.
Yeah.
I think that was the main motivation. Because had they went to any other school besides one that he was coaching, other than Travis Hunter. Overall number 1 pick. He's just different. Yeah. But Shedeur and Shiloh, even if
I think Shedeur would have played, Shiloh would have been one inside, that outside looking in. And the reason why I say because there's so many. Like if he didn't do it at Colorado, Cincinnati, those schools. That's why I say for Shedeur. Not Shiloh is just a regular safety to me right now. I need to see more.
He is. Yeah. And that's all he is. He's not going to get drafted. I mean, it's basically off of that team. You talking about Travis Hunter and Shedeur. That's all. Yeah. You don't see anything else. No, definitely nothing on that offensive line. Nothing on that defense is going at all. And realistically, honestly, you can win at Colorado. There's no such thing as you can't win there. You can win at Colorado. You just got to have the right kind of program in place. Things of that nature. So
get working on it. Yep.
Right. But nobody, this is the other thing. Everybody wants the microwave wins and whatever. Nobody wants to put the work in to do what they need to do. Exactly. So there's no excuse that you cannot win because here you go again. All you got to do is find the right coach. Because again, game day is at Indiana on Saturday.
Yes, sir.
There is a very, very good possibility. Nobody's talking about it. There's a very good possibility Indiana can go undefeated.
Yeah. That would be crazy. That would be crazy.
And we ain't talking basketball. We talking football. Because he doesn't have to play Oregon. He does have to play Ohio State, but he doesn't have to play Oregon. So if he goes undefeated, I mean,
that's crazy. They going.
They going.
I mean, that's it. Yeah,
they going. Even if they lose in the Big Ten championship game, they going.
They going.
Nobody when they put the preseason together, nobody said Indiana. Everybody was Ohio State, Oregon, Penn State. That's far as they went. You talking about a spot that nobody. I mean, it is what it is.
That's it.
But I'm looking forward to it. Football has been great. We get ready for next week. See how this week plays out. But again, for But just for folks that listen to us on a weekly basis, we appreciate it. And then the other thing about it is, like I say, somebody pays attention to us because a lot of the takes that we give on our weekly show, somebody always brings them up on ESPN, Fox.
Go Dodgers.
The Dodgers?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I can't
do it. Can't do it.
I can't even pronounce. Hey, it's so bad for me on the other team. I can't even say their names.
Look here. Look here.
It's like that. You notice when you were saying that other school that's 8 miles away from the other school. I can't say that name.
Well, I'll just say like this here. I do not want the Dodgers to win. I can live with the Yankees winning. The reason why I don't want the Dodgers to win, I'm tired of hearing Shohei Ohtani because y'all talk about him like he is the greatest thing in the world.
Well, see, that ain't why for me.
And the greatest baseball player ever was Barry Bonds. Okay.
Yes.
Barry Bonds. So stop with the Shohei Ohtani's mess.
That ain't why I want to win. There's another undertone. Dave Roberts could win 2 World Series as a black man. That puts him right where I want.
That puts him in front of start going. That puts him on par with Cito Gaskin.
Hey, I take something. They don't make us managers in baseball. Well, they are kind of because now it's Latino.
No, because like I'm telling you, Cito Gaskin is. Look how long it took Dusty Baker to finally get one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Other than Cito Gaskin, there hasn't been that.
But I'm a Dusty fan, and when Dusty got that, I was so happy. Go like he take care of his mama still. Dusty, wear your gloves. Do your thing. You put in your work. You got your World Series, and I love it. Just retire after that.
Well. See, this is the thing, and the Dodgers is a $1 billion club. The Yankees are not. This is the first time you can really say the Yankees do not have a high. But the Dodgers don't have pitching.
No. What Robert's is pulling off with these bullpen games. That's another thing. See, everybody. I don't hear listen to all the time because I'm like you. I've seen better baseball players. I can go down a list of a lot. I actually think Mookie overall is a better baseball player, but we'll leave that digress. When you go and look at what he's doing, that's why I'm not paying with bullpen games. Like he beat the Padres to close it on a bullpen game. And like the announcer said, I'm loving they recognize me because if they don't win, it's Dave Roberts. You know what I'm saying? It's always him. And he's like, this man makes the decisions, keeps them competitive every year. Baseball ain't nothing you can go on little runs, but you don't need to have a salary cap because baseball is just weird how the ball fly off the bat sometimes. Mm-hmm. So, all right, we don't need to talk baseball, but I just wanted to end it with that.
Well, no, it is because, and then we got the beginning of the NBA. I put out on the page yesterday, I'm pissed with the Sixers already because how you going to sit down Embiid and PG at the beginning of the year, bro? Come on, man. That ain't the basketball we grew up with. They sitting down. They out. They out. Both of them. They out.
No, man.
First game tonight, they playing, and then they playing the Bucs. This is a statement game that you should have played tonight because even if you started tonight, you could have sat out the next 2 nights. But you playing Giannis. Bruh, come on. Come on, man.
Tonight, you saying?
Tonight. They are playing Giannis right now. And they are not.
And both of them are sitting.
Both of them sitting.
Well, that's crazy, man.
This is not the NBA we grew up with. You know what I'm saying? Because it used to be, I knew Mike was going to play. I knew Dominique was going to play. You know what I mean? I knew Magic was going to play. I mean, bro, what is going on?
Man, I did not know that.
Yeah. They are sitting down, bro, already. And they talking about Embiid might miss the first 3 games of the year. For what?
Yeah. Damn. I didn't know that.
But you want to be named with the greats of the game, but you sitting down. Come on, bro. Stop that mess, man. Stop that mess. You don't do nothing but play basketball. And then you don't even play basketball the way we grew up playing basketball.
Yeah.
So there's no hard hits. There's no go in the lane, get killed. And you still ain't playing? Y'all, this is the softest generation I've ever seen.
I ain't know they weren't playing the first 2.
They not playing the first 2.
Man.
That right there says it all. I don't want to get nothing.
Hey, that's why Chuck wanted out.
I don't want to hear nothing from him, bro. Oh, him and Shaq went off last night. They went off last night, man.
Yeah.
But they deserve
I was watching last night because I told you my youngest is a Boston fan and I'm a Lakers fan. So both of the games were on back to back.
Right.
So we were watching all of that. Yeah. So.
All right, bro. I'll holler at you next week.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Again, happy anniversary to Kelsey. That's it.
Yep. Enjoy yourself, bro. It'll be our time later on, but it'll be good.
Yes, sir.
All right. I'll holler, boy.